Arizona has a very unique circumstance there, where it's not just, you know, workers coming over the border. I mean, you have guns, you have drugs, you have human trafficking, you have a humanitarian crisis in that desert between Arizona and Mexico. And the people of Tucson and Phoenix are feeling that firsthand. And so when you have this runaway crisis and an unresponsive federal government, it is going to lead to public policy reactions at the state level and otherwise. And that's what we're seeing.
Do you support the existing Arizona
law?
law?
Let me say this about that, because I think that's also been misreported. I understand why the people in Arizona did what they did. And I think that if you live in a state like Arizona that was facing and is facing the challenges that Arizona faces, people would understand why they reacted the way they did. I believe that Arizona and states like Arizona have a constitutional right to do what they did. I do not believe that laws like Arizona should be a model for the country. In essence, I don't believe Florida should have an Arizona law. I don't advocate that other states have an Arizona law. I would much rather the federal government deal with the illegal immigration issue and modernize our legal immigration system. Because if we could do that, it would avoid the need or the emergence of laws like the one you saw in Arizona.
What about the Alabama law? What are your thoughts about that and how that state is struggling both from a commerce perspective, available workers, and people having to leave the places that they had chosen to live because they can't comply or they fear that they might be ensnared?
And once again, it's the same as what we talked about with Arizona. I'm not nearly as familiar with the unique aspects of Alabama and the unique challenges that they faced in that state in comparison to what I know a little bit more about, which is the public safety aspects of the border with Mexico. But I think that that law has had some counter impacts that this has led people in Arizona to rethink the approach that they've taken. I know that agriculture in Arizona is concerned about the impact that it's having on their business. I think what we're going to learn from state-specific responses to immigration is that at the end of the day, they're going to lead us back to the conclusion I reached long ago when I was in the state legislature and was faced with attempts to pass Florida-specific immigration laws. And that is that these are issues that are better handled at the federal level, because immigration is a federal issue. And it's one of the fundamental issues that our country, that our federal government needs to confront and solve.